I just wanted to give you a quick update on what I've been up to. So ever since sending that declaration that I am gonna write a book have my first book draft ready by June 2020, I have been I built my schedule. Like, I use the system that this comedian Seinfeld uses. Basically, it's like it's called the chain method. So if you have like a wall calendar, you just so he does it like 5 days a week. The thing that he wants to get better at. So obviously for him it was like writing jokes, and he just been talking about the system like in different places. So he just kind of crosses out the day when he did that thing that he's trying to get better at. So basically I've tried to follow the same thing. I've been trying to write 5 days a week, and crossing out the day that I successfully did some writing, and then I would have 2 days off, and usually these 2 days off wouldn't be the same as the days off work, if that makes sense. So because when I'm off work, I obviously have more time to dedicate to things like writing, so that's why I didn't want to have these days when I'm like off both work and writing as well. So it's kind of been working okay. I'm just trying to think like to have a clear system for writing, and I've been reading into some things like how to sort of make this more effective, and I've also been like suffering from like self-sabotage, I believe, like, you know, when you just kind of don't think that you don't have enough knowledge, like you're not good enough yet, you need more of this, more of that, and like you sort of get distracted at different things, like, oh, I'm gonna read this another article, it's gonna make this better, it's gonna give me more information, or I need to take this online course and stuff like that. So I actually did buy like an online course recently, and I'm just trying to think like how I can sort of balance all these things, and whether I need to get rid of something so that I get clearer on my goal, because this is what I've been suffering from all my life as I can remember. Like, I just try to do everything and it never works, because as this one amazing book says, it's called One Thing. I think it's written by Gary Keller. I'm gonna link it in this email. It basically talks about how if you want to achieve something, you have to become like laser focused on this one thing, and until you have done that one thing, you sort of don't do anything else. And this is actually what I made my, you can see my watch, it says until my one thing is done, everything else is a distraction. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm running a half marathon. I just picked up my race packet. So it looks like this. So I just wanted to show it off a little bit, as you do. So this is it. And yeah, that's basically it. And I'm very excited, except for I strained my foot recently, like a couple of weeks ago. And I've not, probably if I sort of rested straight away after you know, after feeling that sort of pain, if I sort of gave myself like a week or something just not doing it, then maybe it would have gotten better. But I kept trying to run because I thought like, oh, I feel fine now, so I can go for a run. And then after like 8 kilometers or something, I'd start feeling it again, and then it'd get like quite painful, so I would go home. So I haven't actually done a half marathon distance yet, and I have only run 20 kilometers once in my life, so this is going to be fun. And I'm not sure what's going on with my foot, but it feels a lot better. And I also get this, I got it like taped, so it looks like this. Yeah, I've done everything I can, and obviously I'm not running for the result, like I'm just running for myself. So as long as I can finish the distance, get my medal, and I'm gonna have the like name on my medal, like I'm gonna get it and like written down my medal and my result. So as long as I sort of finish, as long as I get my medal, I'm gonna be super happy, because that's gonna be an achievement itself. Like, running a half marathon is an achievement itself, no matter how fast you run. And also I think everybody who runs, even if it's 10k, even if it's 5k, 1k, everybody is great. Like, I really admire, I really I really admire all sort of runners, and I never say like, you know, some people are like, oh yeah, it's just 1K, like they sort of try to sort of negate, like, you know, just be like, oh yeah, it's a short run. I think everybody who runs is amazing. I remember my first, like when I was doing 2K, that was my first race ever, and it felt really hard. It was really hard, and it is actually as hard as running 21K now. And you might think like it doesn't really make sense. How can 2K be as difficult as 21K? But it actually does feel as difficult, because the level of fitness that I was back then, the level, like, you know, how well I could run, how well I knew my body back then, and like how it can sort of deal with this stress, with this physical activity that you put it through, is you know, the same as like I was as good, like I could run 2K, that was like the maximum I could do then, and that seemed very difficult for me. And now I can do like 20K, and that's just as difficult as it was running 2K back then. So yeah, wish me luck finishing this half marathon, and yeah, speak to you soon. Bye.